So I want to share a story with you. I don't think I've ever shared the story with you. If you want to listen, you can listen. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. I'm not gonna force you. Who am I to force you, right? But you know, my mom and dad who adopted me, they were arranged marriage. My mom only saw my dad on a Thursday, but she was married like the next Saturday. That's how quick it was. But my mom's energy was very high, high level, high strong. She was stubborn, but she had a good heart. You know what I mean? Stubborn, not like stubborn in a bad way, but she knew herself. You know, she got married late in life too. You know, she got married when she was 38, as a matter of fact. And back in the day, as an Indian woman, you get married at age 38, they think you're an old woman, like you're a maid, But she was 38, but she looked like she was 22, Because she took care of herself. She was so pretty. I miss my mom. But, anyways, so when she married my dad, she just got arranged real quick because she just wanted to get married already, And then that was their culture back then in the day. Even now, I think it's like that in India and some homes. But anyways, my dad's family gave my mom a hard time. Especially her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law. My mom would tell me all these stories, and I would be like, I'm never marrying an Indian man. Hell no. But anyways, they gave her hell. They gave her so much hell that she left the country. She took me and came to America all by herself. She left my dad because his family was unbearable. They would just sabotage her, ridicule her, like insult her. That's not a word. Insult her because they're jealous of her energy. Her own sister-in-law did that to her. She was jealous because my mom and my dad were a really cute couple. They were hot. I mean, they loved each other. I mean, they got married and it was arranged marriage, but they had some chemistry there. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? I mean, they were just so cute. And my dad was really hot. But my dad used to sing really good too, and that's what impressed my mom. Actually, my mom would say. But anyways, and it was they had a hard life in India. And my mom was like freaking done. She was like, you know what? Fuck this shit. She called her sister up in America. She goes, I'm coming to America. Fuck this. Yeah. So my aunt sent us money, and then of course we had to pay her back when we got to America. Sponsored me and my mom. We came to America, to New York City. New York City, me and my mommy. And I grew up with my mom. Yeah, I miss my mom. But the that story is that my dad could not stick up for my mom. He loved her, but he didn't have a fucking voice. He didn't have any balls. His family was being mean to his wife, and he would allow that. That's why my mom said, fuck you. Fuck you, straight up. Yeah. When she came to America. But years later, almost 5 years later, she sponsored him to America. And then he learned. He learned quick. But I know if my mom stayed in America, I mean in India with him, they would not be together. The moral of the story is when you love somebody, you have to stick up for them. Both of you have to love enough each other to you have to be their backbone. They got to be your backbone. And if you're in a relationship, you can't be their backbone and they can't be your backbone, then fuck them. Say goodbye. Because if they can't speak up for their love, then how can they speak? I mean, do you know what I'm trying to say? So my mom taught my dad a lesson. Oh yeah, she taught him two lessons, and this is the first story. I have to get to the second one in the second video, but so and my dad had a big ego. he was very masculine, and he has that masculinity. I'm not saying that right. I'm smiling because I miss my parents, and they're in heaven now. But my mom left. She said, "No, I'm not going to accept your behavior. You ain't going to treat me like a fucking doormat." And this is why when she came to America, she would tell me, "Never depend on a man. Never depend on a man." She would engrave that in my fucking head. Yeah. Imagine being 5 years old and your mother telling you to repeat these words like affirmations in the morning, and I would have to be eating cereal, and after I ate my cereal, she would say, "Well, what did you learn yesterday?" And I would say, "Never depend on a man, never depend on a man." I was serious. I was so little, I'd be like, why she always tell me that? And I never did. I never did, because I had that engraved in my mind. Because a man could switch on you. 1, 2, 3, she said. Always depend on yourself. You need to depend on yourself. Because you must love yourself enough to depend on you. You got to live with yourself. Because if they walk out, at least you have yourself to fall back on. So she would tell me these things. I was like 5 years old. I'd be like, I couldn't even say anything because I didn't even have a speech. I had a speech disorder and I couldn't even talk, but I would listen. My hearing skills were so superb. I would listen and nod and say, "Yes, mommy, yes." But yeah, because she went through a lot with his Indian family in India. They tested her. Here's the crazy shit that my mom told me. When she got married, her mother-in-law this is crazy shit back in the day, okay? You might think this is crazy, but I'm gonna say it. This Indian mother, and nothing against Indian people, I'm just saying, this Indian mother-in-law, my mom's, when they got married, of course they had sex that night, they had their honeymoon. She actually tested the sheets to see if there was blood on them, to see if my mom was a virgin or not. That's some crazy fucking shit right there. My mom was like, "What?" She actually told my mom. She told my mom. She came in my mom's room and she said, "I'm gonna check your sheets." So my mom said, "Excuse me? What do you mean check my sheets? I want to see if my son married a virgin or not." You believe that shit? That's some crazy fucking shit right there, guys. And then my mom's sister-in-law took all her jewelry, stole all her things that she got from her parents for her wedding. They were gone, missing, and the whole family was like, "We don't know where it's at. We don't know where it's at." The second day she's there, and they're fucking treating her like that. She put up with their shit 5 years, though. 5 years. But then she finally figured out that this husband of mine that I married, he got no balls. She left. But here's the ticker. She left, taught him a lesson, and then he came to America. She sponsored him because I missed my dad. So I would say, "I miss my Taku Papa. I miss my Taku Papa. And then they patched things up. But she never dated anybody in America. She's still married. I don't know if he dated anybody in India. I hope not. Because if he did, he got his karma, though. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, so he came to America. And after that, they were together for 58 years. 58 years. But here's the thing. His family never talked to my mom. Isn't that sad? They hated her energy so much. Anytime they would call from India to America, they would not even talk to her. No. Because they said that she stole their son. She stole their son away from them. Some crazy shit. And they made my dad feel guilty for so many years. He wasn't right to get married. He wasn't right to have children. Yeah, he would feel sad about it. He would tell us that he misses them, and he'd say those things. But yeah, they were married for 58 years together. They're in heaven now. And I know they're listening to me telling their story. But love is love, guys. Love has no fear. So here's that story. I thought about that this morning. It came to my mind that some family members are going to try you, but you got to know to be like, excuse me. And please don't think this is against Indian people, because my parents were Indian, so I don't hate Indians or anything like that. And I was adopted and all that. But my mom told me this story, and I just wanted to share it. But the moral of the story is, if your person can't stick up for yourself, then you don't need to be with them. And that's exactly what she did. After they got married, my dad could not stick up for my mom. She said, "Goodbye, bitches. Good riddance." She came to America alone, and she worked for 5 years actually at a factory, saved up all her money. And she owed her sister money too for the tickets also. And she worked a lot. And she showed me that you have to work. No one's going to give it to you. And I learned at a very young age, you got to work. hmm for yourself. No one's going to give you a handout. No. And that's why I have good work ethics. I work a lot. I sure do. Maybe too much. Because I have that fear. She put that fear in me. Never depend on a man. And I know that since I was like fucking 3 years old. But anyway, that's another story. But yeah, if a man can't stick up for you, then he's not the man you want to be with. And my mom showed him a lesson. And then he grew up. He grew up. He came here, and he worked a lot too. And they got together. And then one time he was trying to show his ego, hanging out with his friends, and not fucking around, but just drinking like a motherfucker. He was just stressing out. And she said, "Okay, do you want to be a bitch? Okay." She left his ass and went to Virginia without even telling him. We thought that our mom was missing. She taught him a second lesson, and after that, he never did it again. No, he never. He called my uncle. He's like, "Your sister's missing. I don't know where she is, but I gotta take care of these 3 little girls, and these girls are driving me nuts." My mom left for 3 months. She went to Virginia to her best girlfriend's house. And her best girlfriend was this really nice white lady, Caucasian. And she said, "Teach him a lesson." And she did. Anyways, this is a short story. Yeah, he had to learn twice. She left him. She said, "Goodbye. And you know what? Now you're going to take care of the kids. Bye-bye." Love you, Mom. I can feel her sitting here with me. She's smiling. She's like, "Thanks for listening, guys."